What's up, YouTube? All right, so this is my second take trying to go live. I screwed the first one up. I'm sorry about that, but I actually had a guest. My nephew came over and he was going to try to come live with me, but I couldn't get the software to work right. I'm going to fix that after this stream. I just didn't want to leave you guys hanging because I was talking about robots, babies, and personality. And the reason I was talking about that was because I talked about personality. And a lot of times people have a lot of debate of whether you can tell your child's personality or not. And now I'm a dad, so obviously I get the benefit of really watching my son's development. And I really enjoy watching it. And I also play with robots. So obviously watching his development, I think about, okay, how do we really get robots to work? And this isn't a new problem. Everybody thinks about this, but I don't think it's as hard as people think. And one of my favorite podcasters is Lex Friedman. I actually try to message him like quite often, just letting him know like, hey, I really liked your podcast and stuff. If I ever get the opportunity to talk to him, I think that would be like one of my dreams, because like the dude is really smart and he's really caring. And I think like, I don't know, it just, you can tell he cares about the world and wants to use technology to do it. So that's awesome. I'm actually going to go listen to one of his podcasts after this, and it's probably going to piss me off because it was recent. Anyways, when it comes to robots and babies and personality, I'm always thinking, my plan is like to understand how you could program robots with parameters, really, basically, using personalities. So like you would think that being able to think to a certain degree and emote to a certain degree would be something that you would want robots to do. And I think a lot of people are like, oh yeah, that's not really possible. They're just machines. But I don't know, watching my son's development is really opening me up to like, the reason that like it's hard for robots to learn is probably, yeah, there's probably better algorithms we could be using. But even more so, I think is that we don't want robots to make the mistakes that like babies would. And the thing is, even for a baby to like be able to put its hand to its face and do it intentionally, it has to make a lot of mistakes. My son, for one, he was trying to put his pacifier to his mouth, and he's 4 months old today. And he was trying to put the pacifier to his mouth, and he got it there. Now he has to learn how to open his hand to let the pacifier go. And it's these simple things that happen with robots. The thing is, I don't think, yeah, you're never going to actually be able to feel like the same emotion. That's the one thing that I see is like, they can think like us, but I don't know about the emotions. What Lex says is that like all emotions are is the ability to process what's happening and make a decision on it. And I think that's actually pretty smart. Because that's kind of how I understand emotions is like, I have this general view of like, I want to live, and living requires people. So that means that to care for people allows for me to know how I should act and emote. But looks like I got a special guest. It's my nephew TJ. He's actually the one who helps me build these robots. And I'm helping him do his channel. So we were trying to live stream earlier, and he's actually making some videos in another room for his channel. Everyone's going to go check that out. This kid could do a Rubik's Cube in like a minute. Right? Is that your fastest? What's your fastest?
My fastest was like 40 seconds.
40 seconds. So when you go to his channel, you'll see that. Maybe he'll post some videos of me beating him in chess, because that happens. What do you think about that? All right. Anyway,
always.
What's up?
Always. Okay. Well, always. But yeah, you do beat me in chess.
Okay. So what's up?
Hi. I just want to pop in and say hi.
Oh, okay. Anyways. So yeah, that's what I'm all about. Inspiring people to create their YouTube channel. You should go create your YouTube channel anyway. But now back to robots and babies. By the way, babies, like, I don't know, I'm going to start posting videos so you guys can understand what I'm really talking about. Just like working with servos, you have to understand how to like get them to open and close at the right time. And I don't think that it's really necessarily that hard. They're going to make mistakes. They're going to break things. If my son was any stronger, he would be breaking things right now. He kicks everything. And so now on a little bit more technical aspect, I want to get a little bit into psychology. And one thing I brought up before was Piaget's theories of development. And with that, I've told you guys, like, basically he says that there's stages of life. But with that also, he talks about schemas, which is the one way that we actually perceive and create an understanding of the world. We create these schemas, which is really what artificial intelligence does, and just programming in general. It categorizes things. And then through interactions, and you begin categorizing on a broader spectrum. For me, I think about the first time I went into a store when I was a kid and didn't want to go to the cashier. I didn't want to ask questions, and my dad like really walked me through it. He gave me the money to be able to pay, and then the next time I went into that store, I felt more comfortable paying. And these are creating schemas. Now, what does that have to really do with personal development? Is that I think that like people don't continuously develop these schemas. Is that, and when I think of schemas, I think of like schematics. It's basically these layouts. I don't like the word schemas. I just don't like saying it. But schematics are kind of, you develop a schematic of how you can interact and how you can integrate. And it's the same thing with your robots, but with us to continuously developing, you got to do what TJ's doing right now. Put yourself into a new environment. And really with robots, we don't do that. We keep them in a facility where they're continuously jumping over boxes. Like, let them go fall in a ditch or something. Seriously, like, and as humans, that's what we have to do. Go fall in the ditch. Like, get back up from that ditch. How are you going to get out of that ditch? Figure something out. Use the algorithms in your brain to figure that out. And what I'm going to do is, like, I'm with my child, while I'm watching him, I'm trying to really think about, like, what's he learning? I see, like, some days he doesn't know what he learned the day before. And then other days he knows, like, he tells me, oh, I want to go to this place. Like, he has a mat that he kicks and it starts singing. And he starts, like, kicking at me to let me know that's where he wants to go. And I think, like, when I build my robot, I'm going to give it a lot of free, like, ability to go. That's my thing, is, like, I would love to see what it's going to do. Yeah, they're going to break a lot, but they're robots right now. They're not like babies. I always wonder about that too. Like, how do we come out like so? Like, we can be like moved around and everything. We don't have to worry about little servos breaking. Though I think of our joints kind of like servos. That's like kind of how I see it. And they can break, I guess. But how would you like stop the robot from breaking using these servos and things like that? I always wonder about that. It's why I want to talk to people like Lex and other people who know robots. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like you're always welcome into those little circles, I guess, until you actually have done a lot, which is why I'm going to continuously do a lot. And honestly, for me, I just want, like, when it comes to robots, I just see the benefit they provide to the world. That's kind of how I see it. It's like, and that's why I want to play with them. I think people underestimate how much humans are really capable of. We didn't have to deal with the petty things. Think about just not having to drive to work. That's my biggest thing. If I didn't have to actually drive when I was in my car, and my car could drive me, I can get so much paperwork done. I'd probably be making YouTube videos the whole ride to work because I'd be able to use my phone. And I don't know, when this channel takes off, honestly, and I get that kind of money, that's what I'm going to put it towards, is like robots and people, like people being able to use robots and helping businesses like really be able to use robots and stuff like that. It's kind of why I like really want to do this. On top of like, taking care of your employees, because when the robots are doing a lot, you can really watch out for the well-being of people and things like that. That's kind of how I see it. That's why, like, I need this channel to take off. I need to be able to talk to a lot of smart people who are a lot smarter than me about robots and how we can get this kind of stuff done, because that's kind of really going to be the game changer. So I don't usually like beg for subscribers or anything. I'm almost at 200. It'd be kind of cool to get like way more than that. So that way, like, I can really start like talking to people about robots. I want to talk to everybody about robots and how we're going to make them like, we're going to categorize them the same way we do with like MBTI and stuff like that. You're going to have robots that have certain functions in society, and we're going to understand that some robots are going to be like your traffic cop, kind of just not that polite or anything, kind of cold and robotic. And then you're going to have like your friendly caretakers that are going to be like taking care of your house for you. You guys, if you guys don't think this is true, you should really go check out some of the robots that they're coming out with, because this stuff is like cool. But we just gotta integrate them and like bring them to the workplace and stuff like that. I think that's like going to be the game changer. Any questions? I do have more that I could kind of talk about, but I just wanted, like, I do these live so I can interact with people who are like my subscribers and things like that. If you miss me live and you kind of have a better time, just let me know. I kind of just go off of when YouTube tells me that I have a lot of subscribers on. So I don't know. Anyways, don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to be going a lot deeper into like what frameworks we need to use if we're going to talk about robots, if we're going to talk about integrating our personalities with robots, if we're going to use babies to continuously develop these robots. Because, you know, it's really quick. I want to tell you this. Like with Jean Piaget's theory, they criticized that he like watched his own kids to come up with his observations. But it's kind of creepy if you if you gave kids to somebody else to observe. Like, so that's like why we don't progress. You know, it's because we put things like that. But I'm not going to give my kid to anybody else to observe. You know what I mean? And society wouldn't be okay with that. It would be like, okay, what are you doing with these kids? So you can't criticize somebody because they use their observations of their own kids, because that's really good. And like not using those theories are going to hold back any development. I mean, why else learn about psychology other than to create robots that are going to enhance it? Or, I mean, we could become cyborgs. I guess Elon Musk wants to do that. I haven't decided how much I'm into that. Like, I want to live for a long time, but put something in my head that's like an inch. I don't know. What do you guys think? Would you do that? Because it's kind of, I don't know. What if it takes you over? Anyway, I guess I don't have any questions. I did have a few viewers in this, and I'm really glad you guys were here. If you guys want to bring any other topics to these conversations, because I'm going to keep going live. I have a lot of things that I'm putting out for production, but I want to make those a little better. You know, work on some quality if I'm going to put it out for production, and however live comes out, it's going to come out. Anyway, so on my next ones, if you have things you want to bring up, you want to talk about, if I can't answer them, then I'll bring them up in other ones. But just let me know, and I'll try not to mess up my live streams like I did last time, because that's not. That's not something I want to be doing. Thanks for watching this one, even though I did mess up that last one, and have a good day.